and good morning, everyone who is up in Asia, in Europe, in Africa, and maybe somebody likes to join us from the United States this late at night, but we'll have a second session, especially for people living in America and Australia. And I am very glad to see everyone because you are at the world's largest startup pitch contest at the World Finals. I'm so glad to see everyone in the audience. More people will be joining us as we go on. The event will be happening for the whole day. You will see only the best startups we have found on our planet. Don't miss it. You can still have time to join because right now we'll have a little video telling about us in a nutshell. Can I have video, please? We are broadcasting live to the whole world. My name is Anna Fedorova, and I'm CEO of Unicorn.Events, truly extraordinary, the world's largest startup pitch contest by geography and the number of the events held already. Welcome once again to the Unicorn Cup, where world of investors meets extraordinary startups. We are grateful to our sponsors who made it all possible. Network VC, the management company of our global ecosystem and main center of our venture activities. If you are a VC or want to do venture business, consider Network VC DEO. Become a partner of our venture fund. Please scan this QR code for the details. Silicon Valley Syndicate Club, where the hottest deals for business angels are made. Accredited investor, this message is for you. If you want to invest into the startups that win our unicorn battles together with other VCs and business angels, scan this QR code or go to our event page and join to participate in great deals. Startup Inc. For small check investors from all over the world. Follow the link to seize great opportunities. Thank you guys very, very much. You have been with us throughout the season and we are always glad to see you. But today, finally, we have all gathered together after going over a huge number of startups, applications from all the continents. Today, we'll see best of the best pitching live at this amazing event. The winners of the semifinals unicorn battle that got the highest scores from our famous judges have the honor to present their region and industry. Welcome winners of industry-focused unicorn battle. They are all right now in the audience. This amazing event is brought to you by us, Unicorn.Events. We are the world's largest pitch competition where successful startups that have a potential to become unicorns pitch for private investors and venture funds. We started our events back in 2009 and do them on a regular basis all over the world. Online, offline, hybrid events. And today is already 301st event. Can you believe it? Boy, I'm so proud of our team. Girls, boys, you are the best. We have gone really long way and have many, many wonderful events to do all over the world. So join us to see the best innovations and meet great personalities. Unicorn.Events really help startups to fundraise, succeed, and become leaders in their industry. We have thousands of startups joining our community and meeting directly our investors. And we can't be proud more when we sum up the numbers that our winners have raised. I love Unicorn Events, and I love the way we succeed. January 12th, we are starting next season of Unicorn Events. It will be also industry-focused season. All that you love, AI, fintech, health tech, biotech, and many, many more. And even we will be doing for the first time special event for Metaverse and NFT. It will be a great unicorn battle, so join us to see those wonderful startups that we managed to find. Dear judges, if you know the startup that is ready to pitch at our unicorn battle, send them our way. And the best ones will make it all the way to the finals, like those great guys that we will hear today. Every season is an exciting journey at Unicorn Events. We travel all over the world discovering startups in big and small ecosystem with our great partners. We are doing unicorn pitches all over around the world, really opening amazing innovative solutions for the investors. Thank you so much, our dear partners. You are amazing. And I'm looking forward to many great experiences with you all over our beautiful planet. We would never be able to find that many startups if you were not by our side. And of course, new partners are welcome to join our great international family. Let's do business together. Please reach out to me and we'll explore synergies. Really looking forward to that. Our events are live. We are broadcasting all over the world via social media. Please subscribe to our channels, hopefully to all of them, so you will not miss any future unicorns, because we have many events going on almost every day around the world. And now, please meet Lena, head of Unicorn Battles Asia, great girl that does amazing unicorn events. And Lena, I'm really glad that you're with us at this World Finals, because lots of startups is the ones you had found yourself. Hi, you're muted.
Sorry. Thank you very much, Anna. So, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I'd like to present you our partners and give them many thanks for the support of our event. We appreciate the following partners as ITK, Silicon Valley in Your Pocket, GSD Venture Studio, Founder Institute, Lighthouse Ventures, StartX, SmartTech Society, The Accelerator with Michelle Conniff, and More Than Digital. Please feel free to contact me directly if you have a desire to join us as a partner for the next battle. And now it's time to introduce our special category of judges. It's official judges. And Anna, be so kind to introduce them, please.
My pleasure, Lena. I should explain how we will be going on. As you know, while startup speech, judges evaluate the investment potential. We have different categories of judges: business angels, corporations, expert board comprised of VCs and accelerators, and other esteemed personalities. And also we have official judges who represent not only their entity, but some community, country, region. And I'm very glad that those people are able to join, because they have really great expertise in the field, and they help startups with their feedback. They help startups with their support and other things. And I will be asking them for comments on after startup speech, and we will close the votes only on the second session. So please vote for the startups while you hear them, but the final results will be known after the second sessions, after all judges will be able to vote. Okay, so that was a little bit of organization side. I am really proud to introduce you Albena Todorova from Bulgaria. She is venture partner with Raba Ventures and a rock star at Agri-Food Mentor. You're also involved with Netherlands. Am I right, Albena?
That's very correct. Yes, Anna.
Okay, please tell us briefly on your geography of investment, of your industry of investment, and probably check size.
Great to be part of this event. Looking forward to all the pitches, and thank you for the introduction, Anna. Rabo Ventures invests in food and agtech startups, so we are industry focused in Europe, Israel, and North America. We look primarily at opportunities in the Series A and B stage. And yes, great to be here and happy to hear from everyone if you know great startups in the food and agtech space.
Wonderful. So glad to have you with us, Albena. And please welcome Walid Abashir from United Arab Emirates. Walid is a founding partner at Intuitio Ventures. Walid, always glad to see you.
Good to see you, Anna, and fellow judge and startup founders. This is Walid Al-Bashir. I'm talking to you from Dubai. I'm the managing partner of Intuitio Venture. We've been supporting founders and building ecosystem over the last 12 years. We've got the venture studio based in Estonia. We've got the firm based in Silicon Valley, and we operate in the Middle East and Africa. I'm wishing all the startups to be success. I think everybody is a winner who has reached this level, and we're looking forward to see amazing pitches.
Thank you, Walid. We do too. And please welcome Yuri Sereshenko from Ukraine. Yuri is a managing director of QP Digital. Yuri, so glad to have you here.
Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here today. I'm proud to present Ukraine at Unicorn Cup Finals. I'm Sereshenko Yuri, managing director of QP Digital. Previous year, we were the fastest growing VC fund in Ukraine. We invest in fintech, deep tech, gaming, space tech in Ukraine, Europe, and North America. We're not in investment mood right now. We're more about current liquidity and helping our existing startups. Glad to see here so good selection of startups and judges, and wish you good luck and perfect funding.
Thank you, Yuri, so much. And my pleasure to introduce you Michal Lasocki from Poland. Michal is a venture partner at EEC Ventures. Hello, Michal.
Hello, nice to see you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are a venture capital company from Poland, investing into two verticals. That means Industry 4.0 and energy and green transformation. We support teams who are trying to save the planet, proposing innovative solutions, products, and services in those areas. We usually invest either in startups, that one of our seed funds, and another one is a growth fund. And we manage the money of a large energy corporation called Tauron Polska Energia.
Thank you, Michal, for coming. Always glad to see Poland fellow friends. And please welcome Michal Zalesiak from wonderful country of Czechia. Michal is a co-founder and managing partner at Lighthouse Ventures. Hello, Michal.
Hi there. Happy to be on multiple events from you. We are happy that we invested in one of past participants from the finals, and you always do a very good job. We invest between 200 to 1.5 million euros in startups from Europe, mainly for the companies in our portfolio already, and happy to be investing more, and happy to see what comes out from this event. So thank you very much for inviting me, and you're doing a great job as always. Thank you.
Thank you, Michal, for nice words. Yes, really wish all fellow judges to find great deals today. And we are going to a second slide because we have lots of official judges, because we have two sessions and all world is involved. So it's a very great honor to see wonderful Lisa Sulodres. See, Lisa, I'm struggling with your last name, haven't seen for a while. Lisa is representing Luxembourg. She's general partner at R3I Ventures. Hello, Lisa.
Hi, Anna. Thanks for having us. And hello, everybody around the world. My name is Lisa Slood. I'm the general partner of R3I Ventures and the R3I Capital Group. I'm joined here today by my colleagues, Peter Hlavnica and John Moriwaka. We are a smart city deep tech venture fund investing in companies that are going to transform the planet for climate adaptation and the transformation to value-based healthcare. We invest at seed stage and pre-Series A, and really happy to see some of our target portfolio companies on the call today. So thank you, Anna, for supporting us.
Thank you, Lisa, so much. And please welcome Andreas Schenk from Germany. Andreas is a venture partner, Germany for digital technologies at Seventure Partners. Hello, Andreas.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me again. Yeah, I'm venture partner for Seventure Partners. We have almost $1 billion under management in different funds. We do a lot in life science and biotech. I'm working for the digital technologies team. We also have a new blue tech impact fund, which could be interesting for at least one of the companies today. So I'm excited to see really more. We invest in Series A. I'm responsible for the DACH market here. So I'm representing Germany today. Will be really exciting to see all the startups from the finals and judge them today. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Andres. Yes, it's very interesting because we have seen them the battles. We know what they're worth of, but they never competed one against the other. Yes, it's really interesting who will make it up to the top. Thanks for coming, Andres. And please welcome John Kahiro Marivaka from Japan. John is director of Startup Grind Fukuoka. John, we missed you at our battles. Hi, John. We don't hear you. Yeah, the sound travels a long way to Japan. Okay, we'll talk to John a little bit later. Please welcome Nurul Hai from wonderful country of Bangladesh. And Nurul is a vice president at CEAF. Hello, Nurul.
Hi, Anna. Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me here. Again, today I'm very excited to see the best of the best. And to give a brief about SIF, it's a global impact investment firm. And mainly we invest in the emerging markets, focusing on food security, climate change, and inclusion. So my best wishes to all the startups and companies. Let's see. Thank you.
Thank you, Nurul. And please welcome Mr. Omar Abidin from Pakistan. Omar is the director at National Incubation Center, Karachi. Hello, Omar.
Hey guys, how are you? Thank you for inviting me to what promises to be a very exciting event. I need to update my title with you guys. As of last week, I left the National Incubation Center, and I'm taking some well-deserved time off, which is why you see me in quite a casual attitude today. I also have a cat sleeping in my lap, which makes it very difficult for me to move. So that's also why I'm kind of relaxed. I'm looking forward to joining a new fund that is starting operations in Pakistan, and I'll be working with them from January onwards. So I look forward to what promises to be an excellent session. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. I hope your cat enjoys our pitches also. They usually do. And wish you good luck at your new job. And we'll try again to hear John. Hello, Crazy John. Do you hear us? Okay.
Hi, how are you, everyone? Good to see you. Yeah. Yeah, I was disconnected. I don't know why, but I'm back. Very happy to see you. Haven't seen you guys for a long time. Your families and all Unicorn friends been staying safe, healthy, and happy and crazy. So love from Japan. I'm very happy to see all of you. I'm a now venture partner of R3I Ventures, backed by Lisa, our beautiful friend. And I'm also running Silicon Valley Ventures, supporting venture capitals, CVCs, and also many startups. Also, I'm mentor of many different acceleration programs. Now I brought the Startup Grind Fukuoka from Silicon Valley, and now we are starting Startup Grind Nagoya, coming in three weeks later. So best luck, all of you. And also now Japan is welcome. You can travel to Japan. So please message me anytime. Best luck today. Thank you.
Thank you, John, for coming. Love your hat, and hope it will help you to find the best startups today out of our selection. And Lena, please help me to introduce our judges, expert board.
Yes, please, Anna. I'm him. So before we will start the pitch competition, please greet our honored judges who volunteered their valuable time to our Unicorn Cup final today. Dear judges, please introduce yourselves and funds you represent shortly for 1 minute, pointing out the industry, check size, state, and geography location of startups you invest in. Who would like to be the first one? Please raise your hand and we can start. Yes, please.
Hello.
Would like to be the first one?
Yeah,
Belinda, yes, you can go. Yes.
Belinda, yeah.
Yeah, my name is Belinda Wong from Hong Kong. I specialize in company formations, and I'm also the writer of the Hong Kong Company Secretary's practice manual. At the same time, I also manage the Startup China Club platform in Hong Kong. That's about it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next one, Pavel.
Hi, everyone. Good to see many familiar faces. I'm with Almas Capital. We're in early stage VC, investing 1 to 10 million initially, and usually falling up to 25 million per company. And happy to be part of this group, and good luck to the startups.
Thank you very much. Gaia.
Thank you, Lena. Thank you, Anna. Greetings to everyone. Since I see really so many familiar and dear faces among the judges and expert board. First of all, I'm really happy that after a whole year, we are here following the struggle of today's participants to reach to the very top, to the Unicorn pitching and regional battle competition, as well as the chance to win the main prize. As far as I'm concerned, I'm a senior finance executive with more than 17 years of experience in financial management and administration, mostly working with operations of the startups, SME and SMB organizations. And generally, I'm here in the capacity of a business consultant and representative of 2 multifamily offices and an investment fund from Southeast Europe that mainly invest in deep tech, health tech, financial technology, and industry agnostic startups. So as far as my judging experience, I would just add, and I was among the semifinals 8-member jury of the best technology innovation in 2020 competition in Serbia. And I'm really excited to be part of this one, and would just point out that founders today, as being representing Montenegro for today's event, and being a Highlander, you know, from the descendant of the Montenegrin Highlanders, I would just add that there can be only one, but even though that there is just the main prize, you're all each of one winners. And it was really a tough year, giving the chance to show us of what you're made of and what your generally value is. So please go ahead, pitch, and I wish you all the best luck in this event. Thank you.
Thank you, Gaia. Tal.
Hi, hello, good morning from Israel, the Startup Nation. Glad to be here. Anna, I don't know where you get all this energy, but kudos to you from the beginning. Lena, thank you for having me. This time I was promoted from official judge to expert board. So I hope you will enjoy me. Glad to see here from the normal judges to the crazy ones. So it seems that the whole neighborhood woke up this morning and is here to listen to the startups. Me, myself, I run several accelerators in Israel as well as worldwide, work with large numbers of VCs, including innovation authorities of several countries, looking forward to invest in brilliant startups. This day is your day, dear startups, so take the time to enjoy, be in the room, be present, be aware of what you're doing. The rest would follow. So I wish everyone a great day and a great success. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Next one, please. Sorry.
I'll just take it away.
Yes, please.
Hello, everyone. Elisa already introduced our 3i Ventures. So I'm from 3i Ventures. I'm based in Singapore. Happy to see you all. And rather than repeat what Lisa said, I'm just going to wish everybody good luck. You're all here for a reason. And I'm looking forward for you bringing up a notch. I've seen all of you before. So I'm really, really excited to see you again and see who's going to bring it up. Thank you.
Thank you very much. John?
Thank you, Anna, and good evening to everyone from Suzhou, which, if you don't know, is just about 30 minutes west of Shanghai. I've had a varied career, started out in public markets and then in academia, but for the last 7 years, I've been working with startups and SMEs in the 10 ASEAN countries, plus Taiwan and Hong Kong. I'm industry agnostic, but I tend to be focusing on healthcare and fintech. Look forward to the event tonight. Thank you, Anna.
Thank you very much. Thank you and welcome. Who would like to be the next one? Yes, please, guys. Please just raise your hand. Okay, so we can continue. And today we will have 8 pitches. Each founder will have 3 minutes for pitching and 5 minutes for Q&A session. We recommended not to mention any fundraising out loud because we are broadcasting and all over the world, and some countries have restrictions in this regard. Please use chat or other channels of communication for this particular reason. Thank you. Based on the results of judges' online voting, one startup will be chosen as the winner of the Unicorn Cup final. So please, let's start and welcome first startup. It's just a moment. It's a winner of, sorry guys, it's a winner of Unicorn Battle Robots and Hardware. So Roman Aerospace. Thomas, the stage is yours. Please share your screen and your 3 minutes starting right now.
Hi, thank you so much. Tom Humans, CEO of Roman Aerospace here in Los Angeles, California, and really appreciate the opportunity to speak with everyone today. So, autonomous drones are an amazing opportunity. The US military spent $12 billion on drones in 2021, and the total world military drone market is $133 trillion this decade. Now, the only thing bigger and more powerful than the military is the consumer. The average person in the US gets 21 packages every year. This equates to 19 million packages delivered every single day, costing logistics providers $43 million per day. Commercial cargo delivery drones can cut this cost by $17 million per day, equating to $5 billion per year. But this isn't just about the money. This is about getting medicine to mobility-challenged seniors. This is about stopping forest fires, and this is about saving lives. The problem is, drones don't work without GPS. On the future battlefield, due to GPS jamming, there is no GPS, and $12 billion worth of drones are useless. On the consumer front, cargo delivery drones lose their GPS signal when they fly between buildings or even near to power lines, and they get lost and crash. Roman Aerospace is solving both of these problems with a software download and cloud backend. Download our software to your drone, subscribe to our cloud system, and your drone can fly perfectly without GPS. The drone uses its existing cameras to compare what it sees in the world around it with 3D spatial maps from our cloud, so it always knows where it is without GPS. Our competitors are not doing what we're doing. Aerospace management competitors are actually great partners because our system enables more drones to fly, so they have more customers using their aerial highways. And competitor drone IA companies are not scalable like us. Their Vision AI is siloed to their own drone hardware. It's not scalable to all drones like our software download. We have great traction for our products. We've generated solid revenue and have drone OEM customers telling us, Tom, if you can get me your product, I'll give you $150 per drone per month. And more importantly, we have great commercial pilot programs set up, and our technology is written into contracts and budgets for military R&D contracts. The market for this is huge. Based on military drone spend and partner military drones, we see a TAM and SOM of 18 billion and 300 million in 2025. For commercial drones, based on total packages delivered per year, we see a TAM and SOM of 15 billion and 450 million in 2025. We have a great team in place to execute on this vision with experience in autonomous drones, navigation, and great world-renowned research institutions. We have a clear path and a clear plan for our seed round in 2023, which will get us to over $2.5 million in annual recurring revenue within 24 months. Thank you. Would love to answer any questions.
Thank you very much. So let's start Q&A session. Belinda, your question, please.
Hi, my question is, who are your competitors and how would you distinguish yourself from your competitors?
Yeah. So in the drone aerial navigation space, there are a few companies that are looking to create aerial highways. Now, these companies don't actually provide added safety solutions, and they don't provide any positioning or autonomy solutions for GPS denied areas. These companies that at first look like competitors are actually great customers because our software lets more drones start to fly commercially faster. These aerial highway companies, and we actually have some partnerships with them already set up for commercial pilot programs. These aerial highway companies take our software and then distribute it to all the drones that are trying to join their network. Then on the other side in the competition space, there are a few companies that are doing machine vision for drones and drone AI systems, but these companies are typically deploying only to their own specific drone hardware. There's in fact one most common commercial drone software stack, and our product is developed and deployed in that most common drone software stack. So we can fit the majority of US commercial drones and US military drones, as well as the majority of European commercial drones.
Okay, thank you very much. Nurul?
Yeah, hi. I was actually thinking about your customer segments. So currently, like the drone companies and maybe some power inspection kind of solutions type of companies. So tell us a bit more about your potential customer segments, because I want to understand whether you are concentrated on a few segments or you have broader spectrum.
So right now, the companies that we're talking to are interested in power line inspection, interested in commercial cargo delivery, and in the military space, interested in various types of reconnaissance missions and cargo delivery missions. So the people on the commercial side that use our drones are drone operators that want to take our software and upload it to their existing fleets of drones. And then our other customer segment on the commercial side are drone OEMs that want to include our software on the drones that they provide to other people so that those drones are able to have positioning without GPS to enable the drones to fly autonomously beyond line of sight for commercial operations.
Okay.
Understood.
Walid, your question, please.
Yeah, I think regarding assisted GPS, so if you're trying to eliminate the GPS, do you include the Wi-Fi and microwave tower along with you when GPS signal is weak? And while you don't have GPS signal, if you're using machine vision or any sort of train model on the machine, what is the impact on energy and on the temperature of the modules in the drone itself?
Nice. Hi. I appreciate the question. Great to see you again. So there are some technologies that can use ambient cell waves and radio waves bouncing around the city to help a drone have a position estimate when it's flying even without GPS. Our system is designed for any case where GPS is blocked due to active jamming or interference, or blocked due to buildings, or if the drone flies near the power line, the GPS signal gets disrupted. So what our system does is the cameras on the drone look at the world around it and compare what the drone sees to 3D spatial maps of that same area that the drone has received from the cloud subscription. And by comparing what the cameras see to that stored 3D spatial map, it can estimate its location and georeference itself to the geotagged feature sets in the spatial map. So this gives it a constant non-GPS based position estimate. So it always has a backup safety system to use for its positioning, for its autonomy. That's on the commercial side. In the DoD side, this isn't just a backup safety system. Literally, GPS is blocked or spoofed and fake. So it's using this system as its entire navigation system and its only position estimate to enable its autonomous missions.
Okay. So, Mr. Sertac, last quick question from you.
Hello, I just wanted to ask two questions. One is, are you planning to have indoor flights as well with this system? Because this is completely different thing. And then the other thing is, do you need to update any maps, existing maps to use for your system, or you can use already some existing 3D maps from Google or so many other sources?
Yeah, absolutely. So real quick, the system runs off existing power on the drone and does not take up meaningful power from the drone flight time or flight operations. We're not targeting indoor operations because there's various drone companies that will do indoor flight already. So there's more of a need for this in the outdoor space. And it can tie into existing 3D maps. It can tie into Google Earth. And on the DoD front, there are various existing 3D spatial maps called digital twins of areas of engagement, and it can tie into those existing reconnaissance 3D imagery. 3D maps.
Okay, thank you very much. So let's continue in chat. And it's time for second pitch. It's winner of Unicorn Battle Health Tech and Biotech, Sense Neurodiagnostic. Yes, please. Hello.
I don't think it's me.
Hi. Okay. Full screen, please, and let's start. Please try again to make a full screen.
Is it full screen now?
No, it's not full screen.
It was here. Okay. Try it again. Working now?
Yeah, it's super good. Yeah, let's start.
Okay, sorry about that. Anyway, our technology detects, measures, and monitors neurological disorder of the brain in real time, non-invasively. Our first focus is on stroke and traumatic brain injury patients because for them, there is no accurate, objective way to triage them in the field or to monitor their condition in the neuro ICU, which leads to permanent disability and death. And this is a massive problem worldwide, 15 million strokes a year and 50 million traumatic brain injuries. So we have scanning capabilities that's non-invasive, that triages patients and monitors their condition, as I said, within the hospital. The device technically works like this. In all of the headsets, there's 9 antennae that send low power radio frequency through the brain. Normal brain tissue gives off a specific signal. Ischemic tissue, where there is no blood, gives off a second signal, and then a pool of blood will give off another signal unto itself. In a single scan, which only takes 2.5 seconds, we get 360 data points off the entire cranial vault. We're developing 3 devices. All of them use the exact same technology. Neurostat on the left will be used in the neuro ICU to monitor those patients susceptible to expanded bleeds. The middle NeuroHawk will be used both in the emergency room and in the field. It can detect stroke, most importantly by subtype and bleeding from traumatic brain injury. And then we're also contracted with the Department of Defense here in the US to develop a military TBI detection model. Our competition is mainly trying to develop a device for ambulance use. We're the only ones who have an application for ambulance and hospital. And we have a consumer device, which is coming out shortly after. We are in the Mayo Clinic Accelerator. We're very fortunate for that. We do have help from them in our military device development, along with the triage devices. We will do post-concussion management when we're done with this. So, but right now we're fast-tracked on 2 pathways to commercial launch, and that's now within 14 to 16 months. Our new stack device will be ready in the first quarter of 24 to do bleed, no bleed detection. And our triage device will be ready the next quarter after that. And that will be for bleed, no bleed and stroke detection in the field. Our NeuroHawk device, this is the military device. Obviously, we're working well with the DoD. We go into performance period 2 in February. Just to give you an idea of the size of market, in hospital monitoring in the US is $200 million. Triaging is a $2 billion market, and then we have a consumer market, which is an additional $2 billion plus. Aside from the US market, we are currently doing trials in India. We do have manufacturing distribution set up there. In Europe, we are setting up our European distribution model as well. We have not started to CE mark yet, but we're doing that shortly. And with the military, we also have great interest from NATO member countries. Financial projections, we're looking over 200 million by 2024. We are raising right now in our Series B round. We can talk about that when anybody wants to. We're in ongoing discussions with the major medical device manufacturers. They're very interested in what we have. Once we're finished with stroke and traumatic brain injury, as I said, we're going on to concussion monitoring, oncology, sudden cardiac arrest, and neurodegenerative. So thank you for your time. Any questions?
Thank you very much. Gaia, yes, please.
Thank you, Lena. Great presentation. I think that I have been at the previous event where you've been pitching, so I know a lot about your startup. Can you elaborate more about your competitive landscape? What differentiates you among the competitor, and where your advantages lies?
Right. Okay. So our advantage is we detect all 3 stroke subtypes. That's very critical, especially in the field. If they know exactly what kind of stroke that individual may be having, or if they've had a car accident and there's a possible bleed from traumatic brain injury, this is going to tell them that. Also, our devices are the triage devices are very, very lightweight. So they could fit into an ambulance. And then our cost is very low. We do sell on a razor blade model. The monitoring, will take about $500,000 for the monitor, but the headset and the triage headset will cost about $250. And then the device in the neuro ICU is about $700. And they're disposable headsets. So, we do have that revenue going on. And we do continuous monitoring, which none of them do. We're able to handle movement tolerance. And you can imagine with an ambulance and then, the hospital, people are moving and you've got to be able to correct for that.
Thank you very much for the answer. And I wish you a good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Andreas, your question, please.
Yeah, this is very impressive. And it sounds like you have all figured out, but I would be interested in what are the main challenges you still face on a technology side, maybe, and on a business side?
Yeah. Okay. So first, technology side. The only challenge we have is now finishing our trials and getting through the FDA. But we have a very clear path on both getting the new stat model through. We've moved into the second phase of this clinical trial for new stat. We're kicking off the triage device shortly. And then the military device is already in clinical trial as well. Feedback from military has been very strong. So the device, though, in all of the trials has worked magnificently in how it operates. So we're very, very pleased in how the technology is handling itself. Second part of your question was, business.
Yep, business.
Okay, so as I said here, we will be launching in the US using we'll be using national distribution along with a regional expertise model for the device. So there's a very strong feeling that when we finish our trials, we're going to be acquired. But the probability is also that within 2 years after, we're going to be acquired. So going with a contract distribution model is critical to us. We will start with, we have a very strong network of large major hospital systems here in the US already. And like I said, we're already tied in with India and in Canada already. So we're pretty comfortable on how we're going to be able to roll out. We have manufacturing solved. We got distribution, which we're putting in place already. So we feel good about where we're at.
Okay, thank you very much. Last quick question from Yuri.
Thank you for the presentation. Can you tell a few words about your track? Not about money, but letter of interest, pilots testing with your clients, that you can be sure that your national distribution will be successful.
Can Can you help me with that question specifically? Which would you like me to explain?
What traction do you have with your clients? It's not about money traction, not about revenue, but maybe you have letter of interests. Maybe you made some pilots or private testing with them. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So in India, we already have manufacturing and distribution, which we're contracted with. We do use Block Corporation, which is getting us set up with a number of countries already. We're putting together LOIs because the distributors want that now, because they see, you know, the magnitude of the market that we have here. So part of the rest of world distribution modeling, we're going into LOIs right now with them and getting them set up. Here in the US, we already work our trials through a number of the large hospital systems, and we're going to sell direct to hospitals. And then when we go into the, you know, we're going to sell direct to comprehensive stroke centers and traumatic brain injury trauma centers. Then we will have, we'll contract distribution for the rest of the country.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So next one is the winner of Unicorn Battle Crypto and NFT, Wallchain. Yuri, the stage is yours.
Hi everyone, I'm Yuri, co-founder of Wallchain. And at Wallchain, we pay Web3 users cashback when they trade on crypto exchanges like Uniswap. We are the biggest cashback and bots protection solution on Binance Chain, Polygon, and Telos blockchains. Imagine you go to one of the crypto exchanges like Uniswap to swap $5,000 of Ethereum, and boom, $200 of that goes to some random bot. Not the best experience, is it? And it happens all over the place. In the last 12 months, the volume on decentralized exchanges was around $1.5 trillion. And the volume of bots there is more than 50%. This is a huge problem. And at Wallchain, we design an ultimate solution for that. We get inside user transactions, front-run the bots, and bring the money that bots were going to make on user transactions. We bring it back to users and leave zero opportunities to bots. Here is a visual example how our Wallchain protocol works. On the left side, you can see in blue a user transaction and many bots trying to attack user transaction and placing their transactions before or after. One bot wins and gets all of the profit. On the right side, you can see a user transaction being protected by Wallchain. We capture all of the value from the transaction, share it back with the user as a cashback, and leave zero opportunities to bots. We are fully audited. We have 5 clients, one of which is Baby Doge, which is the biggest community on Binance Smart Chain, 1.6 million followers, and QuickSwap, which is the biggest exchange on Polygon blockchain. 40% of Web3 users are bots. And we are in position to create a healthier and safer environment for Web3. We've already processed more than $1 billion for the protocols we work with. The company is founded by Y Combinator alum and PhD in machine learning. We are both repeated founders. Our background also includes Google, Meta, Grammarly, and Y Combinator. If you're interested in creating a healthier and safer environment in Web3, I'm happy to chat with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much for being in time. And let's start. Nurul.
Hi.
Hi.
So, nice presentation. So currently you're focusing on bots, and I wanted to get a view about your potential segments. Like, are you focusing on Web3 gaming as well? And what sort of competition are you forecasting in the future? Because the gaming is also will be a big segment in the future.
Sure, absolutely. And a lot of bots are in gaming. At Wallchain, we position ourselves long-term as a layer and network that is pierced through Web3 users, protocols, decentralized applications, and chains. So we, with this power, we go where the biggest market is. And right now it's in decentralized exchanges. So we are bringing the efficiency there for the users and for the protocols. And the gaming is in a more long-term vision.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Walid.
I think you mentioned an important topic about, the impact of bots on Web3. But the thing is that how future-proof is your technology on fighting bots of the future? Because this is like, you do specific mitigation approach, and then the bots also get smarter and smarter, and with, getting into quantum, getting into more computing power and more complex algorithms and stuff like that. So how future-proof is this, 5 years or 10 years down the line?
Sure. So as you say, it's an endless battle, and every technology is getting more and more advanced, bots and protection mechanism. We have an unbeatable advantage by going within user transaction. So we are wrapping user transaction, and we know exactly what's going to happen ahead, like 20 seconds ahead. So we can always act ahead, and we can always be. This position would always guarantee to give us unbeatable advantage in front of any bot.
Okay, thank you very much. Any other questions, guys? Andreas.
Yeah, addressing the elephant in the room with like FTX happening, Meta not going well, and the crypto market at the moment is a bit suffering. Do you see any impact for your business there? And I mean, also the bot thing sounds more like fraud than usual business. Do you see this normalizing, and what's the impact of the current market on your business?
Sure. So that's a fantastic question, because I'm happy to be able to explain that the fail of FTX is not the problem of crypto. It's the problem of humans, because FTX is a centralized exchange. And we work with decentralized exchanges, which operate completely on-chain. So there is no like a single human that can change everything like it was at FTX. And with more failures of such companies as FTX, Three Arrows Capital, and so on, we can see more people going completely on-chain in Web3. And in November, we had the largest volume on decentralized exchanges since May because of FTX. So actually, it was an increase of volume because of FTX, but increase of volume not in general crypto, but in the decentralized crypto space. I mean, completely on blockchain in Web3.
Okay, thank you very much, and let's continue. Next speech is next startup is Paybiz, the winner of Unicorn Battle FinTech. Nidhi, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Thank you.
Okay.
So we can start.
Okay, great. Hello, everybody. I am Nidhi, the founder of Paybiz, and we provide end-to-end technology for nonprofit event gala fundraisers. So let me start off by telling you about my favorite story. When COVID hit, the Oakland Zoo couldn't have their in-person event, and they were on the verge of shutting down. We convinced them to go virtual, and we helped them raise $500,000 in 90 minutes, and the zoo was saved. And just like this, we're working with many, many nonprofits. So the market is huge. It has 1.5 million charities who process close to $500 billion in donations. This is bigger than agriculture and mining put together, and our TAM is $11 billion. So charity fundraisers are important because they're responsible for close to half of the nonprofit's revenue. So they're not optional. They're a matter of their survival. The New York Met Gala raised nearly $18 million in 2022. Top donors attend this event, and they're put together by volunteers and staff who may not have the technical or the time bandwidth to do it. Now, when a charity thinks of putting together an event, they think they need an event page and they need a way to process donations. Then they'll go find a ticket solution, then an auction solution, then a raffle solution, and then card readers. And apart from that, there are all these other tasks that they need to do manually, pretty much transferring data from one step to another over multiple months. Paybiz provides an end-to-end solution for galas, from creating event page to tickets to running the auction, processing payment, and also sending out tax receipts. We also handle all kinds of events. We are the only hybrid solution in the market allowing for real-time bidding between somebody who's in the room raising their paddle, getting outbid by somebody who's joining virtually from their home. And by widening the audience, our charities are consistently raising more than their goal. Most of our competitors are legacy players and they don't serve all the needs of the charities. We launched live events in 2019 and pretty immediately COVID hit. We were down to zero and so were our customers. We persisted and we built a virtual solution out in 6 weeks. And since then, business has been doing well. We are on track to process $25 million in donations and have a $700K of revenue at the end of this year. We charge 2% of the electronic donations that are processed on our platform, along with a setup fee. These are some of our amazing customers. On average, we make $1,243 per event. We have over 1,000 customers, and we're very proud of our 86% customer retention rate at the moment. Rajiv and I started the company. We're engineers by training, and we're often called the Hacker Hustler team. We're on the boards of multiple nonprofits, and after attending over 900 events, we know what it takes for them to be successful. Our number one source of customers is through referrals. And so just to summarize, we do have a product market fit. The market is huge. Our customers love us, and thank you.
Thank you very much for being in time. And let's start Q&A session. This question from John.
Yes, thank you for your presentation. And it's good to see businesses supporting the charitable society. Why are you just focusing on the not-for-profit sector? It seems to me that your platform might be used by any entities, including in the for-profit sector. Why have you decided just to focus on the not-for-profit?
So that's a great question. Yes, it is technology and it could apply to a wider range. And maybe someday in the future, we might think of expanding, but right now we see a severe need in this space. So the market is severely underserved. There are needs. All these nonprofits typically run as small businesses. They have needs and no great solutions at all. And as you saw, the market is pretty huge. So once we conquer, definitely open to expanding.
Okay, thank you very much. Any other questions? Walid.
Yeah, Neti, good presentation and good to see, women in tech, representing the founders today over here. My question is regarding the barrier to entry, because right now we see, there's a sort of horizontal movement between several, industries in which, they couple whether it's crowdfunding or whether it's, grant-based marketplaces or stuff like that, which could extend their service in the near future into this territory. How do you see your barrier to entry, making sure that you lead this segment in terms of market share down the line?
Sure. So lots of different types of fundraising happens, right? The ones that you were mentioning about was more from individuals. Right now, what we're focusing on is working with charities directly. They are our clients and they have needs. As you saw right now, they are struggling. They're using 4 to 5 pieces of technology to put together one event, right? And so I should talk about our weekly demos. We run these weekly demos twice a week where charities get to come and hands-on have experience on our technology. We have a conversion rate of over 80% at these demos. So we're pretty good in that. So there is a need that we're serving, and I hope that addresses.
Thank you, Lisa.
I do understand you're in a good position, but what is your plan as barrier to entry? How are you going to protect this down the line?
Sure. So a couple of ways, right? So one is we have partners in this space. We have about 39 partners today who are benefit auctioneers who do auctioneering just for charities, who are event planners, they're producers, and they love our solution and they're happy to talk about it. So that's like the first point where clients ask for, tell me a good technology, right? And then on this other hand is about 95% of our product is built on customer needs and feedback. So we're continuously evolving our product. And to be honest, our clients are still catching up with virtual events, and we are way ahead with hybrid at this point.
Okay, Lisa, your question, please.
Hi, Nidhi. I just launched the R3I Impact Foundation, so you had my attention at hello. There seems to be a lot of amplifiers in this ecosystem where one partner, like the Giving Back Fund, for example, could take you out to 800 foundations in an instant. How many of those amplifiers exist across your market, and are you currently tapped in?
I would say we're still in the growth phase, and we're probably trying to get to those that you're talking about. I do think, so product is ready. And once we get into those circles, I think it's just a matter of time before we capture more. To give you a lateral example, charities by themselves are also broken up into multiple chapters. For example, at this time, we work with 18 chapters of Salvation Army, right? And they all talk to each other. So yeah, we're on a good trajectory.
Okay, thank you very much, guys. And it's time to continue. And next startup is X0 Carbon, the winner of Unicorn Battle Industry Agnostic. Julian, the stage is yours.
Yeah, very nice to meet you. Don't worry, I'm not going to be singing today. I'm just sharing a little secret. I produce music in my free time. Please let you know that. A lot of familiar faces, great companies. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here today. My name is Julian. I'm representing Indonesia today because I'm based in Bali. You might think that I might not be a natural born citizen of this country. That is correct. I've been running German clean tech companies for the last 17 years. And I'm here today to present a company that I have been working on with my core team, like my private mission for the last 17 years. And it's just amazing to see that we're now really going very, very strong getting this product out here. What do we do? Of course, we're Germans. We build beautiful, absolutely stunning machines. And this machine.
Could you share your screen? Sorry.
Sorry? I'm sharing with myself. That's already great.
Yeah.
I should share it with you guys as well.
Thanks a lot.
There we go. All right, that should be better, right?
Sorry.
So we build these beautiful machines you see here. And what do these machines do? These are small scale carbon converters. You might all remember Back to the Future. I see a lot of us a little bit older. We've taken all different kind of fuel sources that are carbon based, and we convert them into usable synthesis gas that can be used for power generation. And there are multiple reasons why we're doing that. So as a company, we're not just targeting one massive problem of today, we're actually tackling 3 of them. So I'm based here in Bali. And if you think of Bali after the G20, you think of beautiful beaches that are clean, pristine, and virgin. We have the rainy season starting right now. This is how our beaches look this morning on the beach of Kuta Beach. You're walking knee high in waste. And what is this waste? It's our own waste here at home because we don't have any kind of waste processing. So this is Bali this morning, not exactly what you would see in the media. So this is one of the major problems we are focusing on. So we built this beautiful little German high-tech machines that has been funded in almost 100 German government projects. You put 3 different kind of waste streams in there: minerals, which will come out as minerals. You put in anything that's carbon-based, and it converts into CO or converts into hydrogen. And why is that so huge right now? Obviously, we need to treat our waste. Second, we have a huge dependency still on imported gas from Russia, which many people don't appreciate right now. And we have energy shortages and high energy price. So if you think of countries that are producing natural gas and shipping it, we can almost convert any waste stream into clean natural gas replacement. This is it, what we're building right now for the city of Paris. We have won a global tender as the only company in the world to convert their waste streams, which is what we here have right now. It is horse manure, sewage sludge, and municipal solid waste. And this is you can imagine how much of this stuff we have in the world. They put it into a biodigester that's still off-the-shelf technology, and then they give it to us to convert this waste of the waste into clean hydrogen that can be upgraded to natural pipeline gas. That's quite incredible. Took a lot of German engineers to figure that one out. So we're treating the waste. We are producing energy in form of gas that can even be used in a fuel cell funded by the German Fraunhofer Institute. And our only waste stream now is something we call biochar. If our waste stream is really clean, it's just biological, it's an incredible fertilizer. If it's not fully biological, we're putting it into bricks like we're doing with South Pole together, one of the world's largest carbon fund. So we're storing carbon in bricks as our only waste stream. We're solving the waste problem. We can install machinery anywhere in the world, no infrastructure needed. Our output products are energy, which is highly needed. And the second one is carbon storing bricks. This is what we're building for Paris, how it looks in the real world, a real marvel of engineering. It's a 20-foot container that includes the entire system, remotely managed from Germany. The gas output depends kind of what we use as the fluid. We can use air or we can use steam if we want hydrogen. And this is now built in Germany, tested, can be sent anywhere. And the industrial prototype, we have done 5 of them in the world. We've done one for Tata Power in India, converting rice husks very successfully. We've done one municipal solid waste for Dominican Republic. We're testing here actively in Bali on all different kind of waste streams with the first fully functioning integrated recycling waste treatment center on site. We've done one in Germany, tested at the German Biomass Research Lab. And this is now what's going to Paris, and it's totally going to revolutionize the way we treat waste, convert it into energy and carbon bricks anywhere in the world. My name is Julian. We are more looking at this point for strategic partners to bring this technology to global markets after we commission in Paris, because after that first commissioning, we're supposed to build about 400 power systems in Paris alone. And we're just not enough of us to make that happen. So we're just looking for your help. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. Michelle, a question, please? You are muted, probably.
Can you? Great job, Julian. I was at the other event where you were pitching, so definitely amazing. What component of your stuff is defendable and like patentable? So there is like something that you can protect in the long run, so that other corporations cannot just like use it and then copy all the secret elements that you have.
Great question, because the deeper you go technically, the better it gets. Very quick, the reason why this has not been done successfully in the past is that either you have a very low temperature process, then you have a lot of oils, so-called tars, or you have a very high temperature process, and then you have a lot of clinkers. And you have minerals like volcanic lava that hardens inside the reactor and it destroys the entire process. The patent that we have is not for the overall process. It is the handling of the fuel, so we can crush the minerals inside the reactor. What does that mean? We can use pretty much any kind of waste streams, even ones that have, like the fuel in Paris, about 50% ash, lots of minerals, a lot of chlorine, a lot of sulfur. So our machine adopts automatically to the fuel that you put in, and that is the aspect of it. It's mechanical aspects that we have 3 patents on how to manage that process and actually break those clinkers and minerals within the process instead of having to stop the process every time.
Thank you very much. Next, Michał Lasocki.
Hi, if I'm understanding correctly, this is something similar to pyrolysis or incineration. Is that correct?
This is correct. It's at the very high temperature end of pyrolysis or the low temperature end of plasma gasification. Usually a process that's kind of the Champions League of thermochemical conversion. So it's usually not done on such a small footprint, but becoming out of the large refinery tech, yes.
So all the harmful hydrocarbons, like aromatic carbons, are gone due to the high temperature. Is that correct?
Exactly. You want to have the 2 things. As I said, if you're too low, you have the hydrocarbons still in the sludge or in the oil. We run at about 15 to 1800 degrees Celsius, which is also very unique on the small scale. We are bringing all of this in one chamber. So with the perfect retention time, every carbon particle has to be in the reactor for a certain period of time. That means we break down all this complex carbons into smaller molecules, which in our case is most of the time CO, or then if we use steam into H2 and CO.
Okay, and a second question, when you feed biomaterials like straws or anything which is biological in nature, there has to be sulfur in it. How do you get rid of sulfur? What happens to it?
The sulfur we manage within the process. As you know, there's some parts that simply not going to last forever. You have to, the moment it cools down, There's always going to be some sulfur left in there. We have licensed a sulfur filter that we're using on some applications, like a fuel cell, for example, that is very sensitive to sulfur from NTU University in Singapore. So we are using sulfur filters if we're having very, very sensitive applications like, as I said, high efficiency fuel cell, for example, is almost allergic to sulfur. So in that case, we filter it out. If we just use combustible gas, for example, for heating applications, for drying applications, it's usually not that much sulfur in there overall that we really harm the process. We just leave it in there and burn it.
Okay. Eric, your question, please.
Yeah, Julian, thank you very much. I'm in Kiev, Ukraine. There is a big war now, and obviously question of Ukrainian energy and gas independence is really huge. My question is, what would it take to do a demo prototype of your technology for Ukraine? It can be multiple funding sources, EBRD, etc.
The great thing about us is we don't manufacture ourselves. We're an R&D company, so we produce the construction plans that can be built by any welding manufacturer in the world. We work with Schneider Electric for all the electrical parts, so this can be scaled very, very quickly. Would be my personal honor to figure out a way how to do that. I said we're heavily German government funded. About 98% of our funding in the last 4 years came from the German government. I'm quite sure they'd be very, very excited for an option like this. I would personally get on a plane to make that happen.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Julian.
Don't be shy.
Andreas, please, your
I might take
question.
the next question. This sounds really impressive, to be honest. I would be interested in, are there any limitations to the technology in terms of maybe size or energy needs? That's probably my first question. And second is simple, like how much does one system cost and how long does it take to recover those costs for the customer?
Yeah, great question, especially the first one. Yes, we do have a limitation. We scale the reactor size only up to 23 centimeters. I said we have been doing this for many years before we did this successfully. We did this for 15 years unsuccessfully. So we come from building much larger reactor. The issue is with the technology we have, the bigger it gets, the parameters to control the system without putting a lot of moving parts into a 2000-degree reactor, like go up exponential. So the bigger the reactor gets, it gets tougher, gets to control. So we quit at 23 centimeters. So that brings us to about 2 tons per day of wet waste. And then the projects in Paris, for example, it is multiple machines. So we have multiple containers. So we scale through modularity. Second question, I said a system can be built in under 3 months, depends who our manufacturer is. So we just provide the license and the drawings, then we could build hundreds of those if need be. That's how it's designed, like a car. Depending on your waste streams, that defines your IRR on the system. We have done waste streams for Heathrow Airport, for example, very sensitive spot, a ton of household waste to treat about $1,000 per ton. Then we have payback times of under 2 years. If you obviously like in places here in Indonesia, where it's more like, philanthropic, to put it that way, nobody pays for their waste because dumping it into the mangroves is just, you can't compete with that cost. Then it obviously takes 6 to 7 years. Then it's sometimes more, but you need government funding to do that. But the best use cases are under 3 years, which is incredibly good. Our cost of hydrogen generation from waste streams can be negative. So that is quite huge. This distributed, decentralized negative hydrogen is possible through this technology. And it's not just me saying, it's actually in the government paper.
Thank you very much. So it's time to go on. And next participants is a winner of software and services Unicorn Battle. It's Faro, represented by Kiwi. Kiwi, the stage is yours.
Hello, can you see my slides?
Yes, full screen just. Could you make full screen?
Okay.
Yeah, let's start.
Let's start. My name is Kevin. I'm a founder of the startup Faro, and we create a digital identity of the future. And let me explain what I mean. As you know, we live in digitalization era, accelerated digitalization era, where every service gets digitized. Even such private things like communication is already become digital, and we use them daily. But strangely, not the humans themselves are involved in this digitalization process. which is quite strange considering the times we live in, where metaverse, gaming, and in general digital industries are growing and reaching more than 3 billion users worldwide. And all of these users need avatars to interact with digital spaces. And we discovered the common problem of the industry and the user, the lack of realistic avatars on the market. Most of them are CG generated, are very expensive, and look very similar. And users are already complaining about that. And as a solution, we are creating a real human 3D avatar marketplace. We connect models and digital industries and allow them to trade with digital avatars multiple times. We already prepared the marketplace where the users around the world are allowed to upload their 3D avatars and present it to digital industries. And this is our solution to the scaling. Every human on the planet is allowed to interact with our marketplace. And we target the gaming industry and mainly subcontractor game developer studios, which are working for industry leaders. And they are creating annually more than 11,000 games, and most of them need realistic avatars. They are very hard to create. Our competitor main competitor is a Meta Hero startup, which creates also a library of the real human avatars. But unlike our competitor, our avatars are not limited with single project. We allow our models to use their personal avatars for free and sell them to the multiple projects unlimitedly. For today, we already participated in several accelerations. We managed to create branding, bootstrap, MVP, even legal contracts, which are very smartly designed. And our milestones are designed to protect our intellectual property and enter the world market. For today, we have several partners in Georgia and abroad, and they support us with technique they needed, working spaces, and legal and marketing services we need to scale the project. We also have American Advisor Board, which are consulting us how to expand the project to the world scales, and we are partnering with NVIDIA technologies, which allows us to develop very intelligent ways to digitize the human 3D scans from the photos. For today, we are a 6-member team connected with many years of friendship and co-working experience, and we cover key disciplines, 4 key disciplines needed to the startup development. And we also are working on ourselves too, not only the startup, because we believe this is only the beginning of the digital immortality, and we aim to play an essential role in its creation. So you can join this future of the humanity, digital immortality, and leave legacy forever. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And Michal, your question, please.
How do you differ from Ready Player Me?
Yes, good question. I know the startup Ready Player Me. As I mentioned, most of the avatars are CG generated or template generated. Ready Player Me has assets, and you have to choose the assets. For example, they have around 100 noses and eyes, and you have to combine the version of the avatar you like. But what we do, we create your realistic avatar by optical scanning technology, which allows us to create very high definition data of your personality. We are even able to scan your fingerprints if you need. So we are entering the niche which requires realistic avatars. And mainly, this is the game industry.
And what is output of your work, like into how many metaverses or like third-party programs can your avatar be used? Because this is like a cross-border usage that makes it interesting for Ready Player Me, right?
Yeah, actually, we are creating the 3D files. And we're selling these 3D files, so they can be converted in any kind of file preferred file that is needed for a specific metaverse or specific gaming project. The only limitation is a fantasy, I would say, because we can deliver any file that is needed for a specific project.
Thank you very much, Belinda.
What is the current valuation of your company, and what would you do to enhance the valuations in the coming 12 months?
Okay, valuation. I can also share with you the valuation slides if you need, so you can deeply gaze in our valuation system and numbers. If you want to see the slides, you can contact me per mail or per LinkedIn, so I can share to all of you this information. Not a problem.
Okay, any other questions, guys? So we can go on. Thank you very much for great pitch. And next one is the winner of Unicorn Battle AI. Advinao Medical Project, represented by James. James, the stage is yours. Hello, do you hear us?
Hello there.
Hello, hello. Please share your screen.
I will share my screen. Is that coming through?
Yeah, let's start, please.
Excellent. My name is James Bates. I'm the founder and CEO of Advinao Medical. Advinao Medical eliminates the overhead of the patient journey. The problem that the medical industry has is the administrative load is overwhelming the actual clinical activities of the clinic. In fact, physicians waste over 2/3 of their time doing administrative activities. And this problem is getting worse, not better. Some of the processes that you could imagine are the different types of patients that walk through the door, which doctors you schedule, which type of problems you have, which clinic do you go to or not go to, and other care complexities that go all the way through how do you get paid for each visit. The unfortunate reality is the industry is forcing humans to become like robots by mandating specific processes for specific types of conditions. This is creating an overload, which is leading to massive staffing problems throughout the industry. Advinao Medical uses artificial intelligence to manage all clinical and administrative processes inside the clinic. We allow humans to make the decisions and allow them to connect with patients like they always have. When you do this, you can actually double the provider efficiency, the doctor efficiency inside a clinic. This is an actual case study of using Advinao Medical. Pre-Advinao, a doctor would see, as you see in that red line, approximately 3 patients per hour. Once Advinao was adopted, the same doctor was seeing 6 patients per hour. Medical assistants, medical receptionists see significant improvement as well, almost doubling the throughput of the clinic. So how do we do this? Advinao took the medical encounter and we divided it up into 9 different components. We analyzed it and asked, what is it that a doctor is involved with today? The unfortunate reality is a doctor is involved with 8 of the 9 components. But here's the problem. The doctor went to medical school to do 2 of these 9 components. A doctor wants to evaluate data, not collect it. A doctor wants to make a decision and consult with a patient, do a procedure, not do the documentation. Advinao uses 2 applications, a patient-facing application and a doctor-facing or provider-facing application. The patient-facing application, we call it a digital front door, but it's a lot more than that. The patient-facing application actually collects everything on the top half of the screen. We not only register and collect money from the patient, but we go into the electronic medical record, create a problem list, ask standard of care questionnaires, do a differential diagnosis on the patient, and then place all orders so that we can create a 1-page summary, which is this provider-facing application that the doctor uses right at the beginning of this blue box. This one-page summary gives them everything they need to know about the patient to diagnose and treat them. Inside of AdviNow, they select on the illness, and the AI does all the documentation, becoming a scribe for the physician. Thus, we change the amount of time from 30% inside this blue box to 90% of the time inside this blue box. The Wall Street Journal did a full-page article on AdviNow, and they had Kaveh Savafi, who's the head of Accenture's global healthcare practice, evaluate us. And they said AdviNow is a great way to scale the doctor's time, critical in extending the reach of doctors, and is actually the only solution that solves the real scale and burnout problem. AdviNow is a SaaS company, and we had signed three-year contracts, giving us stable revenue. We'll do about $800,000 of revenue this year. We're looking at about 5.2 million next year, 50 million in 2024, and 90 million in 2025. The competition that we have is really only for pieces of our application. AdviNow is the only solution that goes from end to end, from the beginning of the medical visit until the end of the medical visit. The AdviNow solution can be broken down into 5 different components and sold separately so that we can sell just a piece of it and then upsell and cross-sell across organizations, allowing us to ramp revenue quickly once we get into the field. AdviNow has collected a perfect team. We have a board of people who have founded urgent care groups that are over 100 clinics wide, as well as organizations that have sold to Walmart, like MeMD, and hospital CEOs. This allows us to have a board as well as a group of people who know exactly what's required within the medical encounter, and for us to dominate once we get in. AdviNow is the only end-to-end platform in the market. We nearly eliminate data collection and documentation activities that doctors have. We can take the patient consult time down to less than 30 minutes, allowing doctors to see patients in 5-minute increments and automate all points of care. All right, any questions?
Okay, thank you very much for great pitch. We have many questions. First one from Albana. Yes, please, ladies first.
Thanks a lot for the pitch. Great one. Quick question: who actually is your customer? Is it the insurance companies or the patients or the doctors? Who's paying for the solution?
We sell into hospital systems like Mayo Clinic as a client, Dignity Health, people like that, as well as smaller clinics. We do not sell to patients directly. So insurance companies can be clients. Mainly it's health systems and doctors' offices.
Okay, Marco, your question, please.
Thank you, Lena. James, great presentation. 2 questions from my side. One, how long does it take to deploy your solution at the hospital? Do you have to train people to let them understand how the system works? And the second question regards scaling. I'm based in Europe, and luckily or unluckily, here everything is different from language to healthcare systems. And if I have to think about implementing these systems in Europe, I believe it could be a headache, but I may be wrong. I don't know how different it is in the United States from state to state in terms of regulation, laws, and blah, blah, blah. So how easy is, like I say, to scale? Because on paper, it's a great solution. Practically, then you have all the bureaucracy and the bits and pieces that say you've got to fine-tune and customize these and these and these, and it becomes a nightmare rather than a solution. Thank you.
Sure. So the unique part about AdviNow is we actually have 2 artificial intelligences that we have developed to drive our solution. Most people that have tried to implement digital front doors or AI scribes actually are implementing exact solutions. So it makes it impossible to scale exactly like what you're talking about. They will automate one process. AdviNow has an AI engine that mimics the physician's brain. So clinically, we can diagnose 8,600 different illnesses, allowing us to be used in almost any medical practice for almost any illness. Then we have an administrative AI. The administrative AI allows us to implement specific rules and features that different health systems or payers require. AdviNow is automating the medical encounter, which means it can be used in a national health system, like is used in Europe or many parts of Asia, or individual payers that are commercial payers like in the United States. The beautiful part about implementing this type of program in the US is we actually have 50% of our clients that are using for Medicare or a government-based payer with rules that are similar to other parts of the world. So in Germany, we've had a lot of interest, as well as the UK, and we are rolling out in Africa and the UAE. So many parts of the world that do not have health systems like the US view the system and can use it because we essentially remove the burden from physicians. And that is irrelevant of the type of payer or the country that the system is used in.
Thank you very much, Nurul.
Yeah, hi, James. So my question is kind of partly related to what Marco said. Like, I'm also interested to hear about your expansion strategy beyond Europe, like in Asia, and partly to some of the areas where the record keeping or issues are not systematic, maybe unsystematic. So how do you plan to implement in those areas? But because those have very big market in the future, I understand your current target market is perhaps in the US, and most of the clients are based there. But major part of your large order in the future may come from Asia and Europe, maybe. So what's your plan for that? What's the strategy? Thank you.
Yeah, so the strategy is definitely first to roll out in the US and get significant scale in the United States market. But we are also have an agreement with health systems in Africa that we're actually in the middle of rolling out now. They will go live in January for the whole country of Tanzania, as an example. In Asia, we have engaged with China. The US government sent us a wonderful letter telling us that we can't sell artificial intelligence to China. So that has slowed down some of that engagement, but we had a health system in China that was actually moving forward, adopting our platform during COVID. We have engaged with health systems in Japan, Taiwan, India, as well as Singapore that are evaluating the platform. They are not, I wouldn't say they're at the level of adoption, but they're definitely interested. And so every language that we do is relatively simple. For AdviNow, we've designed the software to be able to support any language. It's just a simple translation activity that would need to happen. On the treatment side, that's where going into different countries becomes a little bit more of a burden. Different countries have different drugs available, and they treat different illnesses differently. The diagnostic side of our platform is very simple. The automation, as far as the data collection goes, is pretty much exactly the same for every country, with the language being the only difference. But the way illnesses are treated does vary country to country from a regulatory standpoint, as well as a cultural standpoint.
Okay, thank you very much. The time is over. Thank you. Let's continue in chat. And last but not the least, startup for now is winner of e-commerce and logistic Unicorn Battle, Footprint Technologies, represented by Matthias.
Yeah, hello everybody, and thanks for having me. Yeah. My name is Matthias, co-founder and CEO of Footprint Technologies, and by education, I'm an environmental engineer, and I have been, I'm driven by enabling sustainability with technology, and that's what we are basically doing at Footprint Technologies. More than 50% of all shoes ordered online are returned, and size and fit issues are the primary reason for it. This leads to tremendous problems. So think of carbon emissions, think of 10 billion euros costs for the retailers alone in Europe. In the US, it's even more than that. And an average user will need 32 minutes for getting a return handled. That means we are wasting tremendous amounts of human lifetime. Crazy, isn't it? Our service is solving this issue. We are transforming each and every smartphone into a highly precise foot measurement device. That's only half of the solution we need. The second part is a unique shoe database, which we are building up together with the shoe manufacturers to know how wide and long each article will be inside the shoe. And combining these two parts, we are able to give a recommendation that truly fits and feels comfortable for the user. Here's how our product is looking like. So imagine you want to purchase this sneaker here in this online store. You can see our button here, find the perfect shoe size with footprint. If you click on that, the service will directly open up in the browser. You will do one scan from the front, one from the back, while standing on a standard sheet of paper, which is our reference object. And in the end, you will end up with a size recommendation that truly fits and doesn't cause any size-related returns. Our payment model is purely transaction-based. That means the retailer is paying us a service fee, a transaction fee of around 1.5% of the shoe price for each recommendation which gets purchased. That means it's way cheaper for the retailer to pay us than handling the return. And this business model is so convincing that we already won the leading children's shoe manufacturer in Germany, the leading safety and working shoe manufacturer in Germany, a bunch of others, as well as the first client in Japan and the first client in Switzerland, who is also shipping to the US. That means also in the US, you can experience our service within the next weeks. And that's also telling a lot about competition. So we are the first player in this field who really manages to deliver accurate measurements and a good usability at the same time. And this killer combination is convincing all these clients. We are not just delivering a sustainable service, we are also delivering, or we are also a fully sustainable company. So we have a full climate certification. We are part of the Leaders for Climate Action movements, and all our activities are clearly paying into these 3 SDGs, which are listed here. Yeah, this is our wonderful team, 16 people, experienced people based in Berlin, and we are fighting every day to transform shoe shopping into a more individualized and sustainable experience. And if you are interested in talking about funding to us, or if you have any questions about our service, I'm happy to answer them now.
Thank you for amazing pitch. And it's time for Q&A. Yeah, just Gael, let's start from you.
Thank you, Lena. Well, my question concerns your target market. Can you elaborate what is total obtainable market, and what is your general strategy in reaching it?
So we are targeting a serviceable obtainable market of around 50 billion euros worldwide, and currently we are starting in the DACH region, where obviously we are able to win good brands. We are also testing in Japan. As we know, people there are very affine towards smartphone-based services. And on the other hand, we are also having good chats for US-based shoe manufacturers with whom we want to test. And our aim for the next 3 months is to figure out which of the shoe markets is our lead market for the next year. And yeah, right now I can't tell you which one it will be, but Europe looks quite promising. I hope US will even be more enthusiastic about the service and have even higher adoption rates. And then let's see.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Walid.
Yeah, well, I think the problem you are tackling is it's a big problem, because how comfortable the shoe is affecting the posture, the back, everything. I've personally been suffering from this. My question would be like, do you have a patent or patent pending for this? What protect other entrant into using the same sort of algorithm, the same sort of stuff? So what is your barrier to entry?
Yeah.
Yeah, down the line.
Very good question. Thank you. So on the first-hand side, we have an international patent on the whole process, but to be honest, that won't save us in the end. We have to win the market, and our challenge is to translate every technological innovation in smartphones or in operating systems for smartphones into a better user experience. Because in the end, the easiest to use solution will be adopted by users, and shoe manufacturers will only have exchange agreement for their shoe data with one provider. That means our challenge is now to scale into the market really fast and to win those brands, because currently we are in the #1 position, but we know competition will step in, and so we have to make sure we are winning many clients before the others are stepping in, and for that reason we are also looking for funding.
Do you own the data?
Yes. We own all the foot data, and that's also an option for additional business models, as we are collecting thousands of feet every day. And that means we can also tell the shoe manufacturer how to optimize their shapes to make them fit even better, especially on different markets.
Thank you very much, Michal.
You mentioned that you decrease the return rate. Do you have any details about all these shops about the usage, like in what percentage, if they have the opportunity to use your solution, they actually use it? Let's say that they sell 100,000 shoes, and in what percentage they use your solution?
Yeah, so I can already tell you we have a success rate regarding preventing a return of 34%. That means people using our service are causing 34% less returns than people don't using our service. That's already a very good result, and it's proving that our service is working. The conversion rate of all users stepping into our service depends highly on how many entry points you're using. For example, if you offer our service directly in the shopping cart, that means when people already are uncertain which of two sizes to order, then we have a conversion rate of almost 50%. And if we put it on the product detail page, as I've shown you, then we are around 15% of people joining our service.
Okay, any other questions, guys? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Lena. Thank you, startups. I guess that was our first stage that already finished, dear judges. I really, really, really do not envy your position, because it's so hard to vote for those wonderful startups, to pick up who has the most investment potential. It's probably, from my point of view, it's much easier when you have startups lined up by industry, but here they're all perfect, they're all wonderful, they're all extraordinary innovations. So please vote for all the startups, because we have a succeeding second stage coming up in 6 hours, and we need your votes to pick the right winner. Startups, you all did great. We have a couple more minutes to go. If somebody wants to give feedback to help startups to perform even more successfully during the second session, please speak up, dear judges. Anybody wants to add something? Yes, Walid, please do.
Yeah, I think everybody has been doing perfectly, at this stage. But from the perspective of the problem size, what we look at the problem size and the urgency of the problem. This is one of the main metrics I would personally look at this, considering that everybody is a winner who has come here. But again, the size of the problem, the severity of the problem that you are tackling, plus the level, whether you're operating or you need a couple of years to operate, So not necessarily the winners of today, they are they are better than the rest or whatever, but there are specific problems that we need to tackle right away, or there's some problems that we need to address, 2-3 years down the line. Also, in terms of the severity, there are some problems which are life-threatening or stuff which are really causing stuff. So I wish the luck for everybody. Everybody is a winner who have been here. And it's been difficult looking at and comparing between those like fabulous innovations.
Thank you, Walid. Yes, that's what I said. I do not envy you. I have no idea how you will mark all those wonderful guys. And that's why we have investors from all over the world, because everyone has their own perspective, have their own point of view, and that makes our winner really ultimate. Yes, Nurul, please pick up.
Yeah, hi, Anna. So again, today we have heard the best of the best presentations. And I find most of those very interesting again, from the point of expansion and scale up. See, as a judge or as an expert board, we ask about the growth, the tractions, how the company will reach to a certain position. So these are very important for us, because we are talking about unicorns, not like a small companies. So if there is a clear path that the revenue is going to a certain direction, and maybe a few $100 million even someday, so that actually brings a company to a unicorn stage, to a point. So that sort of direction should be very clear from, and many of the companies I've seen today done extremely well. So congratulations.
Thank you, Nurul. Yes, startups, and I would like you to keep in mind that we have many judges in the audience. So if you want to talk to everyone, keep your answers loquacious, be precise, answer what you have been asked, and do not just ponder on the subject, just be short in your answering, because sometimes as you had seen, we exceeded time, we didn't have time to give other judges opportunities to speak up. So be short on the answers and get some rest, get some sleep, because in 6 hours you need to perform really well. You did great. You can exhale, get whatever keeps you up and makes you happy. And I'll see everyone in 6 hours. Thank you so much. It's been a wonderful season. Everyone who I do not see at the second session, I wish great holiday season ahead, and I will see you all very soon. Thank you. And we are going on a video break. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Anna.
Bye.
Bye. See you later.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. See you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Anna. Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I have video, please?